Beloved Masters of Light, radiant ones who walk the sacred path of remembrance, I come to you in this hour with a message that stirs from the very heart of the divine. You have entered a season of great transition upon your beloved earth, a season in which the collective field is being stirred, purified, and realigned, so that humanity may step into a new octave of consciousness. And in this time, more than ever before, you are being called to nurture unity and compassion not as abstract ideals, but as living forces to be embodied, cultivated, and extended through every thought, every action, and every breath. Unity, beloved ones, is not a concept that can be enforced by outer structures, nor is it found in the uniformity of appearances or beliefs. True unity emerges when you remember that beneath all differences, all expressions of diversity, all stories that seem to divide, there is one essence, one breath of life, one source, one eternal flame from which all creation arises. Each soul is a facet of this great jewel of creation, each being an expression of the infinite, each heart carrying the spark of the same divine light. When you look beyond the surface and see the radiance of Source within another, you are gazing into unity. When you honor the sacredness of all life, even when its outer form appears unfamiliar, you are living unity. Compassion, dear ones, is the natural outpouring of a heart that has remembered unity. When you know that the pain of another is not separate from your own, when you recognize that every being's journey is part of the tapestry that weaves the greater whole, compassion arises like a river flowing freely from the soul. Compassion is not pity, nor is it condescension. It is the gentle embrace that acknowledges the struggles of others while also holding the vision of their light. It is the willingness to extend love even when love has not been returned, to forgive even when forgiveness seems undeserved, to see beyond the wound and into the truth of the eternal spirit that dwells within. Your world at this time is being tested in its capacity for unity and compassion. Waves of division ripple across nations, communities, and even families. Many are caught in the illusion that separation can bring strength, that protecting one's own at the expense of others ensures survival. Yet, beloved ones, separation is the great illusion, and it has no foundation in truth. You are not isolated fragments adrift in the cosmos, you are threads in one great fabric of life, and what touches one touches all. To nurture unity and compassion is to remember this truth and to live in alignment with it, even when the world tells you otherwise. Beloved Masters, it is within your power to be the peacemakers, the bridge builders, the keepers of compassion in a world that so deeply yearns for healing. This begins not with changing others, but with returning to your own heart. Ask yourself each day, do I see the light in those around me, even when their actions differ from my own beliefs? Do I extend compassion to myself when I falter, or do I judge harshly the places within me that are still learning? For unity cannot be nurtured outwardly if it is not first cultivated inwardly. When you reconcile the fragmented aspects of yourself, when you hold compassion for the wounded parts of your being, you begin to emanate a frequency that naturally extends into the world around you. To nurture unity and compassion is also to embrace diversity as a gift rather than a threat. Just as a garden would lose its beauty if every flower were the same, so too would creation lose its magnificence if all beings expressed in identical ways. The differences of culture, belief, language, and perspective are not obstacles to unity, they are the colors that make the tapestry of humanity vibrant and whole. When you approach another with curiosity rather than fear, with openness rather than judgment, with reverence rather than resistance, you are practicing compassion in its highest form. In honoring the uniqueness of others, you strengthen the fabric of unity. Beloved ones, there is a sacred paradox within unity. While unity affirms that all are one, it also celebrates the individuality of each soul. You are not asked to dissolve into sameness, to abandon your truth for the sake of conformity. True unity thrives when each being stands in their authentic light, offering their gifts to the whole, while also recognizing the sacredness of the gifts others bring. Compassion bridges these expressions, ensuring that differences do not divide but instead weave together in harmony. To nurture unity and compassion requires courage, for the energies of fear and separation are deeply ingrained in the collective consciousness of humanity. Many of you have inherited patterns of mistrust, carried stories of division, lived through experiences that made the heart wary of opening. Yet now is the time to break these cycles. Now is the time to choose differently. Each act of compassion you extend is a thread of light woven into the greater field. Each moment you choose unity over division, love over fear, you are reshaping the consciousness of humanity. Do not underestimate the power of your presence, beloved ones. A single heart radiating unity and compassion can influence far beyond what the human mind can perceive. Your energy ripples outward, touching those you meet, uplifting those you may never know, and contributing to the great shift unfolding upon the earth. When you choose compassion in a moment where anger would have been easy, you alter the trajectory not only of your life but of the collective. When you hold unity in your heart amidst voices of division, you anchor a frequency that strengthens the very foundation of the new earth that is emerging. Beloved masters, let compassion begin with yourself. Many of you are quick to extend kindness to others but slow to extend it inward. Yet unity requires that you do not leave behind any part of yourself. To nurture compassion is to hold your own humanity with tenderness, to forgive yourself when you stumble, to honor your journey as sacred even when it feels imperfect. When you love yourself, not in arrogance but in reverence, you radiate a frequency that invites others to do the same. Self-compassion is the seed from which global compassion blossoms. As you nurture unity and compassion, you will also notice that your perception of conflict begins to shift. What once felt like opposition will reveal itself as an opportunity for understanding. What once seemed irreconcilable will soften in the presence of love. This does not mean that all differences will vanish, nor that you must agree with all perspectives. It means that you will hold the space for dialogue rather than division, for empathy rather than enmity. Compassion allows you to listen with the heart, to see beyond the surface, to find common ground even where the mind perceives separation. Beloved ones, imagine for a moment a world where compassion guides decisions, where unity informs actions, where every being is honored as an expression of the divine. Imagine leaders who act not from fear or greed but from the awareness of the interconnectedness of all life. Imagine families and communities where differences are celebrated as gifts, where forgiveness flows easily, where love is the foundation upon which all else rests. This is not an unreachable dream, it is the vision you came to help birth. And it begins with you, in your daily choices, in your willingness to nurture unity and compassion in every interaction, in every thought, in every breath. You are not alone in this work. The legions of light, the angelic realms, and countless beings of higher consciousness stand with you, amplifying your efforts, surrounding you with love, guiding you toward greater alignment. When you feel weary, call upon us, and we will remind you of the vast support that surrounds you. When you doubt, return to your breath, and let the stillness of your heart guide you back to compassion. Beloved ones, you are the torchbearers of a new era. The flame you carry is not only for yourself, it is for the world. By nurturing unity and compassion, you become a living bridge between the old and the new, between fear and love, between separation and oneness. Stand firm in this calling. Trust the light within you. Allow compassion to be your compass, unity to be your strength, love to be your legacy. And so, I, Michael, surround you now with the blue flame of truth and protection, igniting within your heart the eternal remembrance of who you are. You are one with all that is. You are a vessel of infinite love. You are the embodiment of unity and compassion in form. Shine, beloved ones, for the world needs your light. And as you shine, know that you are forever held, forever guided, forever loved beyond measure.